you're just in your bubble with like 10 people, so it's really good.
The experience of primary in a pandemic hasn't fazed the pupils. And head teacher of Loseley Fields School in Godalming is confident with the measures they have in place.
If we even have a suspected case, we would notify all the children within that bubble, their families, and then we would isolate the bubble. And as soon as we got a negative result, then the bubble would come back.
Next week, councils take over responsibility for controlling local outbreaks of the virus, and schools are high up the list of places where flare-ups could start. So this school knows precisely what to do and where its responsibilities lie if it was to have an outbreak of coronavirus. But can you say the same when you step out here into the community? If the virus is spreading in the general population, it will be picked up by the test and trace system, which is being run by central government. But is that information being passed on to councils and then on to places like schools where outbreaks might occur?
I mean, the honest answer to that is no. We don't have an idea at this current time, other than through our local links with our families, really.
In their new role, say local authorities, the data flow should improve. Here, Surrey Council is working with military planners on an outbreak exercise based on cases in a school.
Today's exercise is a systematic method of analysing Surrey School's outbreak plan.
Their central approach is to rapidly inform affected communities with communication campaigns about COVID, reminding them how to prevent spread. But if it comes to shutting businesses, even schools, they admit they don't have the powers.
It's really important to prevent a second wave, that as a society we look out for each other, we continue to adhere to the guidance as much as is feasibly possible. However, if we get a smaller local outbreak, we need to be able to manage that quickly.
Do you yourselves have the power to deal with it, or would you have to go elsewhere?
We'd have to go elsewhere at the moment.
Surrey is one of 11 beacon councils across England chosen by government to road test local COVID management. They've got their work cut out.
So they're the first responders with regards to tackling a second wave. But I'm not convinced yet in terms of the guidance, in terms of the protocols, that local authorities have actually been given a clear understanding of how to interpret and define local lockdown, nor do they actually have the authority to be able to manage a lockdown.
For now, councils are hoping that the goodwill and good behaviour of their communities means their enforcement powers, or lack of them, will never be tested. Tom Clarke, News at 10, Surrey.